It's not cast iron, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I only deal with the cast iron.
I started it was all kind of purely selfish.
It's like fire shut up in your bones. You can't not do it.
Functional works of art.
That's what I like to say.
I create things that are beautiful.
I thought, I can do that.
It can be a call to action, erase stigma.
It increases your confidence. It says what your words can't say.
Do you feel like a magician sometimes?
Yes, yes, and I'm afraid to tell anybody that.
When people see beautiful things, endorphins start to happen, and there's this emotion that comes about. All that is sparked because art did it.
We sing before we speak. We dance before we walk.
You want to keep living.
So you got to get creative.
That's what makes it the challenge.
Taking care of our mental health and the health of those around us has never been more important. But good health doesn't always come out of the drugstore. Sometimes we need to get creative to relax the mind, heal the body, and cool the soul.
I started it, it was all kind of purely selfish, you know? You want to keep living.
Art comes in so many different forms, and sometimes it can be found in the most unusual of places.
I saw a lady on the East Coast who painted these kindness rocks, and I thought, I can do that.
Judy Perry may not consider herself an artist, but she's taught herself to transform a simple rock into a creative inspiration.
These are paint pens. It's like acrylic paint in a pen, and I love to paint with these because they're just easy to maneuver.
But Judy didn't seek rock painting for artistic expression alone. She needed a motivation that would keep her wanting to move and wanting to live.
I'm almost 65, and it kind of, when I hurt my back and had to retire, it was almost like my life was over.
So you hurt your back quite badly?
Really bad. I had to have 2 back surgeries. I think all nurses have some kind of back problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. And how long were you a nurse?
Almost 40 years. I wanted to be a nurse ever since I was about 3 years old.
Oh, so your dream came true.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But then you had to stop.
I had to stop. My doctor said it's stop working or not walk anymore. I was in and out of the hospital. I became dependent on opiates, and then the depression sits in. You know, that was just the routine of my life.
Yeah.
Finally, one day, I just said, I'm going to see, I don't even think I'm hurting. You know, I'm going to stop these drugs and see if I'm hurting, see if I need them. And I didn't.
Wow.
And so, with good doctors, I was able to get off of them. And yeah, then after that, I said, well, now I gotta find something to do. You know, I have to find something to do.
Although Judy wants her art to be first hidden and then found, she leaves her tag on every piece to make sure the rock finders can get in touch with the rock giver.
It's kind of like a little game to me. I'll hide one, and then I'll make another laugh, and I'll see if anybody's found it. I remember when I found my first rock that someone else made. I just kind of stood there and held it. I was almost like a little kid. And like, yay, I found one.
Yeah, I want to find one.
So amazing. People have stopped me and just say how they love it, how their kids love it, and they'll post pictures on this Facebook page of their kids finding the rocks. It's so sweet. Yeah, there's a little boy. That little girl found one.
Oh!
This one man came up to me one time, big woolly bully, looks like a biker.
Okay.
And then, but when he talks, this very sweet voice comes out. And he asked me one day, he said, are you that rock lady? I said, well, who wants to know? Maybe. And he said, that's why I come to the lake to walk. It's just hopefully I'll find your rocks. And he made a shelf. And he has all the rocks that he's found.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'd want to go paint more. I want to paint more and watch people find them. It's just humbling. It's so humbling. It's just the best thing.
From Judy in Dallas, Texas, we went to Cleveland, Ohio, which is famous for its creative arts culture.
We are so fortunate to have one of the most incredible arts and culture communities in the nation, and at the same time, a community that is known for incredible and outstanding health care.
Perhaps it's not common enough that arts and medicine or arts and health are fused together into the same field. But here in Cleveland, Ohio at Metro Health, they have been for almost a decade.
We're in the midst of a $1 billion transformation, but this transformation is more than a physical transformation. It's a clinical, it's an operational transformation, and that's not only going to manifest in an art collection that's on the wall that will bring the arts directly into our main lobby. We will bring children from schools in the neighborhood, and they'll see that performance, and they'll have a workshop with artists afterwards.
That's perhaps unusual, but in a way it shouldn't be unusual, because then the student is making a connection physically between arts and health. What a wonderful connection for them to experience.
Exactly, and they can make that connection, but they can also see us as a part of their lives, that coming into a hospital is not necessarily a scary place.
An artist herself, Linda Jackson came to Cleveland almost 40 years ago to achieve her dream of becoming a professional ballet dancer.
So you've gone from arts as a performer to arts educator to arts and medicine, arts and health. Did you always connect arts to health?
I think the aha moment happened when I met our president and CEO here at Metro Health, who had this extraordinary vision for not only Metro Health, but for Greater Cleveland and for our community. He created this department and program, and that posted a position in the community for a director of arts and medicine, actually. And knowing the mission behind it, I thought this would be incredible. We've said, who are the biggest users of the healthcare system? If you think about it, it's really the staff and the clinicians that are here every day. Being a level 1 trauma center, you can imagine the effects that trauma will have. So we use the arts in many ways to support their resilience and their well-being. We have amazing stories about what it's done for them, and even funny stories for folks that may have in the beginning, wondered, why are we creating and dedicating a program like this?
That was my next question.
Yeah, clinicians that maybe were reluctant or unsure, and then they'll be messaging us like, quick, radiology's back up, send the violinist. Some people may see a trained professional musician playing music in a public lobby or atrium or of a hospital and call that music therapy. But that's not music therapy. Just as, someone sitting and drawing a picture, it's art, but it's not art therapy. Most art and music therapy, or art and music therapy, I should say, is rooted in the mental health profession. They're trained, credentialed therapists to address anxiety and depression, stress, coping. And so we have used music therapy to support the recovery of our burn patients, to even use music therapy during the very painful, excruciating burn dressing changes.
Right, so there's doctors here that are recommending arts therapy specifically for their patients.
Exactly.